partnering up and making the community a better quality of life.
It builds a relationship between the police department and the community in which it serves.
And a sense of ownership within a community in which we live peacefully together.
Phoenix Police Department officers come into the neighborhood and get to know the residents that live there.
It's a two-way relationship. It's not a one-way relationship.
Working with the community in a non-traditional police way.
Takes the us and them out of the equation, and it leaves us with this team effort.
Hello, I'm Mike Kurtenbach, Commander of the Phoenix Police Department's Maryvale Precinct, and welcome to Community-Based Policing, Everyone's Opportunity. Community-based policing is all about partnerships and relationships that result in comprehensive problem solving. It's about bringing people from all sectors of the community to the table to make a difference with those crime and quality of life issues that exist in our community. When we think about community-based policing, one of the oldest and most important elements is block watch.
Neighbors getting to know neighbors, watching out for each other. If you become friends with your neighbors, you're more apt to help your friend if you see something suspicious going on at their location.
Block watch is an opportunity for the neighbors to join forces and communicate with each other, as well as with the police department and city officials, in order to strengthen the community and improve the health and stability of the neighborhood.
Community action officers are a very vibrant, important part of the Phoenix Police Department. They are assigned to certain areas in each precinct.
Working with the community action officers has been very productive, not only in my community, but also near where I work. They've been a wonderful resource in order to help identify solutions for problems, whether that's been in a neighborhood environment or in a business environment. They are able to pull resources together to target an issue and bring resolution.
For those residents that want to get a bit more involved and are committed to receiving additional training, the Phoenix Neighborhood Patrol Program, or PNP, is for them. PNP gives our residents the chance to go out in their neighborhood and serve as the eyes and ears for the Phoenix Police Department.
It's an opportunity to help with block watches around the city, around your own neighborhood. In just 4 hours, you'll receive the education needed to be very efficient and effective.
To patrol our neighborhoods. That way, we are the eyes and the ears for the police department, looking for, reporting suspicious activity.
We have a group of 16 people in our neighborhood, which is wonderful. We watch out for our neighbors, we watch out for the children, we watch out for the animals. If a child goes missing, which we've had 2 in our community the last year, we found both of those, thank God. We look for dogs and cats and anything that makes the quality of life a little bit better for our people.
I joined the Sevilla Neighborhood Association not long after I moved into the area, which was in 1990. Initially, our communication with the police department was a little bit weak before they really dedicated resources to community action officers and neighborhood patrols. We saw quite a change in our relationship with them, and therefore we launched into a further communication and dialogue with many levels of staff throughout the city of Phoenix, as well as with the state level. And bringing all those resources into the table have been very important to us in order to resolve issues.
I feel that because the Phoenix Block Watch Advisory Board has been in existence for 25 years and Phoenix Neighborhood Patrol in existence for 20 years, that leads me to feel that we are pretty much dominant within the nation as far as working with the police department, the citizens coming to have respect for the police, and the police having respect for the community. Anyone that cares about their family and cares about their neighborhood, I encourage to get involved in Block Watch. It's very simple to get involved, there's no cost, and the benefits are great.
Our residents play an invaluable role in community-based policing. But community-based policing isn't restricted to neighbors and neighborhoods. An integral partner in community-based policing is our business community. And one outgrowth of business involvement is Taxis on Patrol.
Taxis on Patrol is just one of many programs that falls in line with the concept of community-based policing. Many professional drivers are out, including cab drivers. Now, cab drivers are 8 times more likely to witness a crime in progress than most other drivers. So with that understanding, why not give taxi drivers an opportunity to get the proper training to be able to report crimes more efficiently and more effectively, working with the Phoenix Police Department, and gives us a chance to protect our neighborhoods even further.
Taxis on Patrol is a great program. There's so many great programs that we have in the city of Phoenix. Another example is MECA, which stands for McDowell Community Corridor Alliance. MECA is essentially a group of businesses in the Maryvale community that have gotten together to help the police fight crime. They've been a phenomenal asset, and it's as simple as them being able to pick up the phone when they see a crime in progress, or maybe they see a prostitute walking on the street. They now have a contact that they can call, they can email, and we as police officers have that direct contact, and we're able now to communicate directly with our business partners and helping them solve crime.
The Phoenix Citizens Police Academy is a program that I'm particularly passionate about. It's been around for approximately 20 years, and we've graduated 66 classes. These graduates have been given the opportunity to see behind the scenes of the Phoenix Police Department.
The Citizens Police Academy is a 4-day program. It allows for the participants to get that rare inside look of a day in the life of a Phoenix police officer.
Now we're going to demonstrate how we react to somebody that's demonstrating some violence towards us.
It really allows us to grasp crime prevention and law enforcement in a way that others wouldn't have the opportunity to do.
One way that we get our citizens involved, one that we might not readily consider, is through the municipal court.
It's a two-way conversation, not a one-way. And so for that officer who's just happening going down the street, it's the wave. It's saying, hey, we care. We're part of it together. So if there's a problem and the community knows about it, they know who to call immediately. So community-based policing isn't just the police, it's everybody. The best police that you'll ever have in your community is the community itself. And when they recognize that, then they understand what policing is all about. So we have community prosecutors in 6 areas in the city of Phoenix. We also are in various precincts as well. The objective in community prosecution is to work hand in hand with police to resolve issues in the community at its lowest levels. At the same time, for those individuals who do not and will not respond to the community, and they're nothing more than detractors from the quality of life of our citizens, well then, we're there in the front end. We know exactly what's going on. And so when that case is brought to the court, or brought to our office before it goes to court, we know exactly who our witnesses are, we know exactly where we're going with the case, and so we're better prepared, and in many respects, the community is better represented that way.
The Phoenix Police Department is committed to providing quality, compassionate police service to every segment of the community, and the homeless population is certainly no exception. One of our more innovative, forward-thinking officers, Justin Martin, has come up with just such a program known as TARP.
Transient Assistance Rehabilitation Program. It started in August of 2011 with a debrief, if you will, of the amount of complaints coming from the citizens, business owners, and actual passerbys, traffic, on the transient homeless activity. So when I came up with this program, it was to assist the homeless with finding the proper resources and outreach programs to get them back into society. I wanted to be an entity to assist other resources such as the Central Arizona Shelter Services, the Phoenix Mission, and of course the vet hospital. The military personnel that come back with PTSD, and it's not their fault, it's something triggered. So at that point, if they don't know what's going on and they don't know the services that are offered to them, That's exactly what I'm here for. The workers, on top of law enforcement, to try to clean up these properties, the community sees it. It's a better quality of life for everybody. Whether you have an addiction or a mental issue or any of that type of situation, if you are down on your luck, I'm going to try to do what I can for you.
Densely populated apartment communities present a unique challenge for law enforcement. The crime-free multi-housing program gives us a number of tools, however, that allow us to effectively police these communities. And the Maryvale Apartment Coalition allows us to apply those tools within those communities.
We founded the Maryvale Apartment Coalition as a joint endeavor of the Maryvale Apartment Managers, the Phoenix Police Department, and the Arizona Multi-Housing Association. Our goal was to build a foundation of community awareness and involvement by providing educational meetings and networking within the Maryvale community, so that way we could help the people who lived and worked within Maryvale.
Today we're having a Project Safe event that's sponsored by the AMA, the Arizona Multi-Housing Association, in conjunction with local apartment communities, and we've invited our residents and other neighborhoods, local schools to come out to our event and talk about safety and personal health and fitness so that we can keep our neighborhoods safe and in good shape.
Crime-free multi-housing was started many years ago. It was basically designed to provide the opportunity for apartment communities to work with the police department and prevent crime and criminal activity within our neighborhoods and in our communities. Crime-free multi-housing provides the opportunity to make sure that there is lighting adequate for the communities, to also make sure that there are bushes trimmed within a certain level, so that way you don't have to worry about somebody hiding behind a bush to jump out at you. It also ensures that there are proper locks and adequate safety devices installed in the community to prevent criminal activity.
By changing the way they managed, by changing the way we operated as a police department, by providing them extra resources, by enabling them to have more power over their apartment complexes and truly manage their apartment complexes, crime was reduced 40 to 75% in multiple apartment complexes throughout Maryvale Precinct.
Over the past 3 years, I've seen a great growth in the Apartment Coalition, and it's meant a great deal to me to see so many people who used to work just a 9-to-5 job become involved in their communities. They've branched it out now and replicated our coalition throughout different parts of the Phoenix metropolitan area, which has given us great pride to know that all of that started in Maryvale.
One part of our community that we haven't talked about yet is our youth. The Phoenix Police Department has a program that effectively engages our youth, that provides them with a positive outlet and teaches them good citizenship. That program is known as Wake Up.
Wake Up Club is a program that we have through the Phoenix Police Department. It was started by the Phoenix Police Department several years ago. It was done to provide the students that we work with here at the schools an opportunity to be educated and to find out how they can stay away from crime, gangs, those types of activities that are not a positive effect to them. We do community service once a month, which is part of the program that they sign on for. And we try to let the students know that there's a world outside and that they need to be able to be a positive influence on that world. There are people out there that have problems, that need assistance, and they need to know that as they grow up and they move on to other parts of their lives, that giving to the community where you live is an important part of being a better person.
A former Maryvale Precinct commander recognized that curfew was a significant problem in our community. He didn't want to unduly punish first-time curfew violators. He sought to educate them on the dangers of being out after curfew. And as a result, the Think Twice curfew program was born.
And the kids were all there having a great time. Unfortunately, the wrong group of people showed up. And the next thing, we had a hot call on the radio, and there was shots fired at a party. Well, as I drove upon the scene, I immediately observed 4 kids between the ages of 14 and 17 lying dead in the front driveway of the house and in the front yard of the house. As I made my way up, you could see bullet holes were in vehicles parked around the house, into the house, and we located another 5 children who had also been shot. You know, it's just the fact of being out at curfew. I mean, it's just the ones that we used in Think Twice or put into the Think Twice program are the kids that were hanging out on the periphery of the gangs and the drugs and some of the violence. They weren't committing these acts. They really weren't using the drugs or the alcohol, but they were just wanting to be accepted into the group. So we thought, what a brilliant opportunity to take these kids, rather than arrest them, put them into a program where, and we called it Think Twice, and said, hey, okay, you need to stop and take a minute and think about what you're doing in your life. Because hanging around with these folks at these parties generally will result in either arrest, injury, or victimization. So if we can get you to get away from that group by giving you some tools and some skills to help you make right decisions, so further down the road you won't be affected by possible convictions of crimes. Even curfew is a conviction. And we don't want to do that. We don't want to convict them of a crime if they're good people and they're good kids. We immediately observed 4 kids between the ages of 14 and 17 lying dead in the front driveway of the house.
If you start smoking marijuana or drinking alcohol before the age of 15, you have a 50% higher chance of doing other drugs such as cocaine, heroin, meth, crack. So the chances are you're going to escalate. When you're talking about stress, when you're talking about depression, the thing with drugs and alcohol is, does it really make the stress or depression go away? No. Because you still, I mean, maybe for, you know, the time that you're intoxicated, maybe for the time that you're high, but ultimately you're still going to have those issues that are causing you stress, that are causing you depression.
The parents would come in at the end of the training session, and it was just amazing to see what happened.
Her attending the class today seemed like it helped her to realize that, you know, there's consequences out there, you know, of what could happen to her if she stays out after 10.
So these kids that were generally 16 to 17 years old would just burst into tears and hug their moms and hug their fathers or their siblings, and they would say, first of all, I'm sorry. It told me that the training made sense. It told me that the training was forcing these kids to challenge the way they think. And in doing so, you could see right there in front of you, they made that choice to think twice.
From the class, I learned that you have to set goals, and one of my goals is to help homeless people that are on the street. I don't like seeing them like that, so I want to help them.
Graffiti is a problem in every community. One of our Maryvale Precinct officers, who's an accomplished artist himself, recognized that there aren't many positive outlets for some of our young artists. And as a result, he created the Urban Art Program.
The Urban Arts Program came about by a few police officers had noticed some youth in the community that were talented when it came to working with graffiti art. They brought it to the MRC, Maryvale Revitalization Corporation, who in turn passed it on to the Boys and Girls Clubs of Metropolitan Phoenix. We saw it as a great opportunity to not only work with the youth in our community, but also partner with the police department. It was well received by the kids because it was something they're already interested in. And then also having the aspect of having police officers take interest in their work.
I'm 100% behind this for the artist side of it, and to show them the legal and illegal problems with this and to give them an outlet. I don't want them looking over their shoulder, because when you give one of these artists the ability to take 3-4 colors and provide them all the colors, all the tips, everything, and the space to do it, and they don't have to look over their shoulder, and they take their time, amazing artwork happens on the walls. And we're not only doing that, we're giving them walls that in their world, the walls that are out by the main thoroughfares, the main roadways where cars and people are walking by and driving by, that's their target, that's what they want. We're giving them walls like that within these Boys and Girls Clubs and these commercial businesses that have partnered with us to give them an outlet, but they have to be earned. They have to sit down, go through this process, and put stuff on paper, show us what they're gonna do, and they earn that wall.
The trainers that we bring in with the kids, not only do we use our staff at the facility, but we've also brought in guest artists who typically we've seen work at First Fridays in Phoenix that are interested in giving back to their community, still bringing graffiti artists and other type of artists that want to give back and work with kids, and they come in, whether it's on a one-time basis or 2 or 3 times, to work on special projects with the youth. They've done murals in gardens, murals with schools. They've worked on drum barrels, creating gardens with tires and recycled material. They've also ventured into music with urban arts as well. The urban arts program has really flourished in the Maryvale area. It's grown from a couple sites to, I believe, over 20 sites now, which includes churches, schools, nonprofit organizations that have all kind of worked together to see how this program can grow and benefit our community as a whole.
As police officers, we rarely get to see people on their best day. Officers are thrust into challenging situations where they have to make difficult decisions. While there's nothing we can do about that reality, we can and have done something about how we engage our youth. We in the Maryvale Precinct and throughout the city have sought out opportunities to recognize our youth for the good and positive behavior that they're engaged in. That program, a program that I am proud to say I am a part of, is the Maryvale Merits Program.
The Maryvale Merits Program, there's nothing like it, and there needs to be more programs like it. This is a program that encourages positive behaviors in the community.
And what this would involve would be police officers, as they come across kids in just their everyday duties, that they would give the kids a little reward.
A coupon for a free drink or an appetizer.
A movie pass.
Businesses such as QT, Cinema Latino, Burger King, and several others that see the importance of positive behaviors within our community.
It's a way for police officers, such as myself in patrol, to have a way of communicating with the children and the kids in our community, way of having a positive contact with them instead of a negative contact with them. It provides a positive experience for both the officer and the kids in the neighborhood. We get to reward them for things that we see that they're doing that are positive in the community. Let's say maybe helping somebody across the street, an elderly lady, or picking up some lost or mislaid property and returning it to the authorities or to a teacher, another parent. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to find the owner for this phone. Tell you what, I'm gonna give you guys 2 prizes each for doing a very good deed here.
We're going to Macayos.
Children often get the feeling that the police are taking everybody to jail and out doing bad things. And this is just a really good way with the merits to show the kids that police officers, are good. Police officers are out there to help them. And the merits has just really been shown to improve that relationship between the youth in Maryvale and the police officers.
Thank you for doing your part and for learning more about community-based policing. It works when we work as a team. Together, we can create safe, strong neighborhoods that are crime-free.
Thank you for watching our video. As you have learned, community-based policing isn't something that the Phoenix Police Department does. It's truly who we are. I challenge you to learn more about the programs you heard about today and actively seek opportunities to get more involved. It's through community involvement that we can make our neighborhood safer. I'm Commander Mike Kurtenbach, and thanks for watching.